Ladies and gentlemen, you have something special. I don't know you, but here's what I know about you based upon my own experience. You have something special. You have greatness within you. You have the ability to do more than you can ever begin to imagine. Just the fact that you showed up, the fact that you said yes to this industry, it says a lot about you. You're uncommon because it means that you have a sense of taking responsibility for your own life. George Bernard Shaw said the people that will make it in this life, they look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. You have something special. You have greatness within you. You've experienced setbacks and disappointments like everybody else in the economy, but you're operating out of the thinking of one L.C. Robinson, who said things may happen around you and things may happen to you, but the only things that really count are the things that happen in you. You have something special. For some of you, it was a struggle to get here. You couldn't afford to be here, but there's something in you that said, I can't afford not to be here. You have something special. You are uncommon. One great American said, I choose not to be a common man. It's my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity, not security. I don't wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dulled by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to live from hand to mouth. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the still calm of utopia. I will never cower before any master, nor bend to any threat. It's my heritage to stand erect, proud and unafraid, to face the world boldly and say, this I have done. That's what it means to be a part of multi-level marketing, an uncommon desire to live your dream and control your destiny. See, when all of the major downsizings that are taking place around this country, there are a lot of people who are biting their fingers in fear that they might lose their jobs. But there are few people who have decided within themselves, I'm going to make it. Some people aren't waiting to be cut. Some people are moving on their own because they feel within themselves, I've got what it takes to make it. They're not afraid about tomorrow because of how they see themselves, because of what they feel that they deserve, because of what they feel that they can create for themselves. Because these people have decided, as they look at the future, as they look at themselves, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way for me to begin to create a way out of no way. And when you have that kind of consciousness, when you have that kind of spirit, nothing can stop you. Nothing. What would your life be like as you look toward the future if you decided, I'm not going to allow my fears to stop me? What would your life be like? What would your future be like if you decided to want that which you desire so strongly that it prepares you past your fears, that you experience the fear, as the one book says, feel the fear and do it anyway? What would your life be like? And I'm saying to you that all of us who have been entombed by fear have the capacity to resurrect ourselves and to resurrect our dreams.
Do the best you can. We covered earlier, but here's a good scenario for the do the best you can. I've got a good question for you. Is the best you can do all you can do? And the answer is no. Strangely enough. If we all fell on the floor right now and did as many push-ups as we possibly could, and let's say for some reason you haven't been into push-ups lately, I can't imagine why, but let's say the best you can do is 5. And you look up at the rest of us and say, hey, 5 is the best I can do. We can tell by the look on your face that's probably true. 5 is the best you can do. Now, is 5 all you can do? The answer is no. If you rest a little, you can do 5 more. Wow. And if you rest a little, you can do 5 more. And if you rest a little, you can do 15 more. How did we get from 5 to 15? It's a miracle. And if you rest a little, you can do 15, rest a little, you can do 15, rest a little, you can do 20. How did you get from 5 to 20? It's a miracle. Did you know you can keep doing that? Do a little more, rest a little, do a little more, rest a little, and finally get up to 50 push-ups? Is it possible to get up to 50 push-ups? Of course. How do you go from 5 to 50? It's a miracle. How do you get a miracle going? Number one, do what you can. Don't leave out what you can, from writing a letter to your mother in Florida. Start cleaning it all up. 2, doing the push-ups. Go from 5 to 50. It's a miracle. Number one, do what you can. Number 2, do the best you can. Here's number 3, rest very little. Don't rest too long. Why? The weeds take the garden. Kids have got that figured out. You can't rest too long. Here's the clue. Make rest a necessity, not an objective. The objective of life is not to rest. The objective of life is to act. Think of more disciplines. Think of more ways and means in which to use your own wisdom and your own philosophy, and use your own attitude, your own faith, your own courage, your own commitment, your own desires, your own excitement. Invest it in discipline so that it's not wasted. Smallest of discipline. Thereby transform your life.
Most people suffer. What if, I was in India recently, I have a dear friend there named Krishna Ji, and I was sitting down with him and he said, Tony, you know how you teach, if somebody's high energy, they come up with different meanings. Life's different. You call it a peak state. Or if somebody's really low energy, they can't get themselves started. They think everybody's a jerk. They think they're a jerk. And he said, those states affect everything. He said, but instead of peak state, low state, or high energy, low energy, what if you called that every day in our life we live in one of 2 states? We're either in a state of suffering or we're in a beautiful state. So let's talk about those. I would have never said I'm suffering, right? Remember, I'm an achiever. But as beautiful as my life was, I'd be so happy, and then something would happen and I would feel stressed. Because suffering is stress, or suffering is feeling worried. Suffering is concern. Suffering is over-caring, where you're caring so much for your kids or your family that you're stressed out so much and you don't even get to feel them. Suffering could be feeling sad, feeling lonely, feeling depressed, feeling angry, feeling pissed off. And a year and a half ago, if you'd asked me, I would have said, no, I don't suffer, but yeah, I get pissed off and frustrated. It's part of life. Here's what I found out. It's not part of life. It's the mind. Listen to me now. This brain you and I have is 2 million years old. And as a result of that, we're in a position in our lives where this thing is survival software. It was designed 2 million years ago that when a saber-toothed tiger came, you were either going to fight it or you're going to run as fast as you could, fight or flight. And this software is still running in our brains 2 million years later when there are no saber-toothed tigers. So now we have a life and death reaction to, what do people think about me? Maybe I need to take 21 pictures and find the right one and put the right filter to put it on Facebook so people will like me and think I'm good. I mean, we live in such a crazy world that way. Or do I have enough money? And if you live in North America and you're in poverty, you're the 1% of the world. See, I don't want you to be in poverty, but let's be real. You can only build on success. If you're in poverty in these countries, you literally the 1%. Half the world lives on $2.50 a day, $900 a year. And yet people go around suffering, thinking they don't have enough, when most people are having their life, your life, if you're watching me right now and you're capable, you have access to a computer and the internet, having this, your worst nightmare is somebody else's biggest dream in the world. Would you agree?
If you focus on what's going on right now in your life and how bad things are, that has all your attention. Whatever has your attention happens. So if your attention is there in a fear area, it's going to continue that way. So I say to you, look ahead. We are going to be opening up again. We are going back to work again, all of us. It's only a matter of time. So look at it. When we're ready to go back, am I ready to go back? What can I do now in the meantime, whatever business you're in, your restaurant, your salons, whatever business you're in? Can I call some of my customers up and say, hi, how you doing? I'll be all ready for you in such and such a date. Think ahead. It gets your mind off what's going on today. And what's going on today isn't good. If it's not okay, it's not the end. You are what you think. Many books were written on this. As a Man Thinketh is one of them that was written 70, 80 years ago. Another one by Napoleon Hill was Think and Grow Rich, more or less thinking about yourself and where you want to go in life. And one of the greatest books I think ever written was How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It's 80 years old, but it applies. When you read books like that about how to treat others, it also tells you how to treat yourself, because they talk about positive thought, positive conversation.